Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have another exciting update and even tease for what we're anticipating with Andor Season 2 on Disney+. Of course, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from one of my favorites out there, StarWarsNewsNet.com, as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. One of the lead actresses from Andor Season 1, Adria Arjona, says Tony Gilroy really outdid himself on Andor Season 2, claiming it to be even better than the first season, which honestly I find crazy, and a lot of fans out there also find that crazy, because how can you make it better? Adria Arjona, who plays Bix in Andor, spoke to The Hollywood Reporter in a recent interview, giving her thoughts on the second season of Andor, with what she was able to reveal and say, and what it was like to work with showrunner Tony Gilroy once more. Arjona had nothing but high praise for Tony Gilroy, and even remarked that Andor Season 2 is even better than Season 1. Arjona is currently out doing press for the movie Blink Twice, directed by Zoe Kravitz, while discussing her new film, as well as some of her other previous roles, like in Hitman. Arjona was of course inevitably asked about how Andor Season 2 compares to Season 1 more specifically. Arjona didn't hold back anything, saying nothing but high praises for the show itself and for Tony Gilroy as well, saying that they're, in quote, "Oh man, when I read Season 1, I pinched myself. And when I started reading Season 2, I was like, Tony Gilroy can't outdo Season 1. So I started reading Episode 1, and I was again like, it's not going to be as good. But it's effing better. It's so much better. It is. What he has crafted and created is honestly mind-blowing, and I can't believe I got to be a part of it. I have Tony Gilroy on speed dial. I don't think that man gets bothered by anybody else but me. I'm like, hey Tony, do you think I should do this? Hey Tony, how are you? And he's like, you're calling again? I just have so much respect for him. He's so talented, and he really outdid himself for Season 2. Ending that quote right there. Just really, as I had mentioned from the get-go, a lot of high praise, a lot of high energy, furthermore, that I love to see here for Andor, and for Tony Gilroy as well. He deserves all of it. I think that he's honestly super underrated as a Star Wars creative, and I would love to see him work on other Star Wars projects in a galaxy far, far away in the near future. Honestly, I would love to see Tony Gilroy take on his very own Star Wars movie, something that would be set around, Rogue One and those characters once again. Honestly, this might be biased, but I think one of the reasons that I really like Tony Gilroy is because he reveals a lot of stuff and kind of just casually will, say stuff about Andor and just how it's going. He did this for Season 1, and we're seeing him do it for Season 2 as well. It really just makes it all the more exciting, and honestly, it gets us all so much more hyped for Andor Season 2 coming out next year. Now, it didn't stop there. Arjona also spoke about how encouraging Tony Gilroy is, just as a person. She says that Gilroy is highly supportive and that he is someone who believes in her, saying, in quote, he's a really good chat, and he's so funny, and the way that he talks to me, no one believes in me more than Tony Gilroy. He sees things that I don't see. He sees my value as an actor. I'm like, I don't know if I can, and he's like, what are you talking about? Yes, you can. And I'm like, okay, yes, I guess I can. And he just believes in me so much, and he's really turned into my godfather in this industry. Ending that quote right there. Now, as for what goes on and is actually going to happen with Andor Season 2, specifically for, Arjona's character of Bix, it's hard to say. There's that plot armor of Rogue One. She doesn't appear anywhere in Rogue One, but there have been those other casual reveals and teases and whispers of that the character of Bix does get to go on and just, have that happy ending, essentially. Fingers crossed for that. I would love to see that, especially based upon of how Season 1 had kind of concluded for her, being tortured by the Empire, eventually evidently being rescued by by Andor and his supportive rebels out there, and them taking her away off the planet, of course. But, you know, where does it go from there? Is she going to join the rebellion and see a more formation within the actual rebellion itself? Is she going to lay more low? Kind of what's going to go on with her character. I really do hope, as I had mentioned, that she does get to have a happy ending. Something that Andor, Cassian Andor actor himself, Diego Luna, has teased himself, is having said of just how really all of the different characters that we have seen throughout Andor, specifically for Bix though, however, touching on that, has revealed and said that like we see where Bix comes into play, and like how what she does essentially and her actions that we're going to be seeing in Andor Season 2, how that plays out into the Rogue One movie itself. Of course, there's been a lot of new reveals and a lot of new teases for Andor Season 2 in the recent, and things are beginning to ramp up even more and more for it, as there is an anticipated premiere date of it coming out sometime in the spring of 2025. More specifically, we do have now more of a time frame of when it's going to be coming out, not just 2025 anymore. Anyway, I'll discuss that in a separate future video here on the channel in more detail and in more depth. It's all the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. But getting back at that idea of essentially we see how characters like Bix and their smaller actions lead into the events of Rogue One, how that contributes to it essentially. Now, as I had mentioned, I would hope that wouldn't result in a death scene, as I had mentioned, and reiterate, I hope that she would have a happy ending by the end of Andor Season 2. She would be able to just go off and live her life and do what she wants essentially, and being free from the Empire, especially there as well. Not just that, but I hope that she gets a little bit of payback at the Empire and for with what they did to her at the end of Andor Season 1. As I had mentioned though, love the high energy and the high praise for Andor. A sizzle reel was recently also exclusively shown at D23. I'll have more details on that. However, it included apparently some footage from Season 2 even actually, featuring K2S and Ben Mendelsohn back as Director Krennic. The second season is confirmed to premiere sometime in 2025. As I had also mentioned, it does appear that it will be somewhere in the early months, somewhere around the spring, fingers crossed, hopefully for Andor Season 2. I'm really, really looking forward to with what this show has to offer for us. Guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.